Boy, am I excited for this video.
This is BrettO Live on YouTube.
What is going on, guys? BrettO Live back with another video, and today we are going to be talking about some of my favorite experiences collecting WWE action figures. As a lot of you guys know, I am BrettO Live. I've been collecting wrestling figures for nearly 10 years, Mattel figures, and I've been collecting wrestling figures ever since 2012. I freaking love doing it. I got a little experience. I got some stories to tell you guys. This is going to be a very interesting video. As some of you guys might know, I did film a video about 2 years ago talking about my worst experiences ever collecting wrestling figures. I'll make sure to leave a link up in the top right as well as a card at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that, where you guys can click it and watch some of my worst experiences ever collecting wrestling figures. It's very interesting seeing some of the experiences that I've went through collecting these freaking pieces of plastic from Mattel. I love doing it, by the way. I'm still doing it to this day. Feel free to check out the channel if you guys are brand new. My name is BrettO Live. I do WWE and WWE series all over the channel, like I already said. I'm a big fan of doing it. It's my passion. I love filming videos for you guys. I love collecting wrestling figures. I got one of the best elite collections in the world, in my opinion. But yeah, guys, we're going to jump into this video. Some of my favorite experiences collecting wrestling figures. And before we even get to it, drop your favorite experiences down in the comments down below, as well as following me on Instagram at BrettOLive04. Make sure to do that. I post exclusive content over there before I even post it to this channel. So make sure to do that. And without further ado, we're going to get into the list. Starting off first, we are talking about my first ever playset pickup that I picked up in a Walmart that is currently closed down now. They actually relocated. They rebuilt a big warehouse building for this new Walmart that they have. So the Walmart that I bought this in is currently closed down. And I got this in 2012. It is the SummerSlam Ring. This was my first ever ring that I bought. Obviously, it is Mattel. It's the basic scale. I'm not the biggest fan of these rings, but of course, when you're like 10 years old, it doesn't really matter because you just want to bash some figures in the ring. But yeah, this was awesome. I remember walking down the aisle, seeing it and being like, oh man, like I saw the wrestling figures, but I saw this ring and I'm like, oh my gosh. We could do some amazing matches in that thing. And then I also remember being like, oh my gosh, I want like accessory tables and different things like that to go with this. But it was only the ring, but I still picked it up. I believe I paid 20 bucks for this back in 2012, and it's still freaking awesome. The ropes are a little stretched out, as you could say right there. They're a little droopy. But yeah, this is a great looking sticker, by the way. SummerSlam right there. But yeah, this was awesome, man. Picking this up. While we're on the topic of first place sets, I want to talk about my first ever figure, or should I say figures, that I picked up. Also from Walmart. I was on a road trip with my family, and I believe it was Tennessee or Kentucky, one of the two, and we were staying at a hotel, and right across the street from the hotel there was a Walmart. And before this trip, my buddy Sam, that lived across the street about 3 doors down, oh man, I miss Sam, told me everything I needed to know about WWE and professional wrestling and action figures. He showed me the WWE Mattel line of wrestling figures, and ever since then, I've collected a ton of them. He showed me an old Triple H, a couple, I think he had like a couple R-Truths or something like that. But once he showed me that, I was thinking on this road trip, I'm like, oh, I wonder if they're going to have any at Walmart. So we pulled up to Walmart, me and my brother Dink, and we found a couple figures. This is my first ever action figure right there. It is a basic John Cena with the navy blue armbands right there. It's pretty freaking classic and very beat up. But fun fact, this is my first figure, but I did get another figure with this figure. It was a basic Big Show. I'll make sure to pop a picture up on the screen of that figure. I don't own it anymore. My goal is to get it back. I did end up, I sold it. I don't know why I did that, but I sold it. And I do want to get it back. I will eventually get that Big Show figure back so that I could reunite my first two figures. And then my brother Dink also picked up two basics. He picked up a basic Rock figure as well as a basic Kane figure. So my first figure is technically two, but I do consider this one my first figure because this one was my favorite out of the two. And then right after we picked him up at Walmart, we went back to the hotel and we used the plastic, like, and the card as, like, accessories to, like, bash the figures on and junk. Like, you're young, man. Like, you don't care. You just want to just destroy the figures with different things. I, like, remember choking, slamming Cena with the Big Show figure. Some good old times, man. First figure right there. Getting off the topic of finding things in the wild, I want to talk about a big inspiration for the BrettO Live channel, that being Grimm's Toy Show, Silly Super Pop, Grimm Experience. A big inspiration for the BrettO Live YouTube channel. Watching him growing up, doing his toy reviews with the figures, having little nicknames for him, different moves. He had an entire storyline going on with the figures that really got me pumped and really inspired me to make videos for this channel. But just watching his videos, Grimm, you freaking such a beast, bro. Literally, the storylines that you do with the guys like freaking Pita Kid and different things like that, that was just prime time when I was younger and collecting wrestling figures. And I always used discount code Grimm at Ringside Collectibles before I got my own discount code at Ringside Collectibles, of course, that being live. But who didn't use discount code Grimm? It was literally the discount code everybody used in like 2010 to like 2015, even more than that, even like 2018. So Grimm, shout out to you, man. I've met you before at Ringside Fest. Great guy, literally big inspiration for the channel, as well as EvanTube HD. I also got to throw him out there. He's already a massive freaking YouTuber, well past like 5 million subs, I believe. But he was also a big inspiration for me to do toy reviews, and my review style is a little based off of his. How we used to do it. Toys R Us! Yes, Toys R Us. If you guys just got into the figure collecting game within like the past 5 years, I hate to say it, but I do feel bad. I feel bad for you. You never really got to experience Toys R Us. Do I ever think it will make a comeback? Yes, I do think Toys R Us will eventually come back, but it's just a matter of time. You know, it's going to take a lot of time, though. You know what I'm saying? But on the topic of Toys R Us, walking into this section, seeing half of an aisle fully for WWE things was just such a dream come true. I'd walk into Walmart, I got a little selection, you know, in like 2014 this would be, and I'd go to Toys R Us, which was like 5 minutes away from this other Walmart, and I'd find everything, dude. I've spent so much money at Toys R Us, man. But a big highlight from there is definitely picking up the WWE World Heavyweight Championship that Jax released, and then also multiple different elites. I still have to talk about another place that I got from there. That's also part of this video. And then definitely a highlight figure that I got from Toys R Us. One of my favorite ever figures I bought from Toys R Us. This was around 2014, 15. It was the Elite 41 Finn Balor. This was the figure to buy. Me and Wrestling Figure Mania were hunting this bad boy down back in like I said, like 2015, and he got his, I believe, from Ringside Collectibles. I was able to find mine in the wild at TRU, and I'll never forget getting this figure, man. So freaking awesome. I remember seeing him in NXT with this demon face pin. I'm like, who is that? That dude is awesome looking. And I remember just wanting a Finn Balor figure so freaking bad, and then they released this banger of a figure, which not too many people like. This is awesome, bro. This Finn Balor figure is so classic, so awesome. Look at that freaking beauty, dude. Elite 41 Mattel Finn Balor. WWE figures, AEW figures, they're close enough. Here's an AEW experience that I'll never forget. Waking up early in the morning, about 5 o'clock in the morning, getting ready to go to Walmart because AEW had a commercial saying, AEW figures available on this day at Walmart. Come and get them. Yeah, okay, Walmart. Lies. So they posted this date. Me and BrettO Live got up early freaking o'clock, and we went to Walmart. I was running to the section because there were other grown men running to the section as well, but I'm fast. I ain't slow, I'm fast. So I made it to the section. I beat them, and there was nothing. And there was absolutely nothing, no AEW figures to be seen. So I asked one of the workers, and the guy that was searching for the AEW figures, pretty close near me. He's like, oh, so they're getting them like a couple days from now or something? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna freaking get them, buddy. And I just kind of walked away. But I never went back to that Walmart. I just got it from Ringside Collectibles. Using discount code live at checkout to save 10%. Feel free to use the code. But yeah, AEW figures. AEW Unraveled Series 1. I'll never forget when this series came out. I was just so excited to get AEW figures, even though the skin tone looking back on it is a little off. Definitely. But I was excited to get AEW figures. I wasn't really about like, oh, the skin tone, oh, this, you know, I'm not really a big critiquer when it comes to the wrestling figures. I'm just excited to get the figure. Unless it's like an Elite 50 Rhino, you know what I'm saying? Terrible. But yeah, I was really excited to get Unraveled Series 1 and just getting a new type of figure. Like, I've always been into the WWE figures. I got into the Marvel figures a little bit. I'm starting to get into the Star Wars Black Series. But to collect like a different brand, a different type of figure, like I said, from a different brand, like the AEW and Jazzwares line, it was just so cool, you know, because I've always been a big Mattel Elite guy. So it was cool jumping into a different line of figures in the AEW Unrivaled line at the time. But now they haven't matched, and yeah, they're growing a bit more, which is very good. Great set of figs. Back on the topic of Toys R Us, this is back on the topic of Toys R Us. This is in cahoots with finding the Elite 41 Finn Balor. Finding the not authentic scale ring, the Raw main event ring. We got the Raw main event ring right here. I found this at Toys R Us in the wild. Thanks to Wrestling Hero Figs, actually. Shout out to you. I saw his YouTube video. This was a while ago. I saw his YouTube video, and he said, yo, these are hitting. You gotta ask the worker to get them from the back. And I'm like, oh my God, dead alive. We're going to Toys R Us right now. Went to Toys R Us. And I asked a worker, and they grabbed the Raw main event ring from the back, and I made a YouTube video on it, me walking out of the building. That's another great video on the channel. It has like over 2 million views, which is freaking insane. Feel free to check it out if you guys have not already. But yeah, it was just an awesome experience finding this, paying $100 for this and the Goldberg figure that came with it. And it was just awesome, man, you know? Going in the wild, picking out things instead of ordering it. There's nothing like picking it up and seeing it and being like, wow, you know? And especially posting that video. It's fun, man. Look at that. Raw main event ring, dude. Ringside Fest 2019, was it? Ringside Fest 2019. One of the best weekends of all time. Going up to New York, Times Square, Manhattan, at the Carolines, going to Ringside Fest. Back on the topic of Grim, seeing his videos when I was younger, him always going into Ringside Fest, meeting the wrestlers, talking to them, seeing the figures. It's always been a dream of mine. And once I got the Ringside Collectible sponsorship, I'm like, yo, can you guys set me up there? And they're like, yes. I'm like, yes. So went up to Ringside Fest. It was one of the best times of all time. I hung out with WWE Fan Talk Show Tanner the entire time. It was an absolute blast. And yeah, I'll never forget that day. Literally, so cool. Especially just talking to Bill McKenna. Bill McKenna was right there. We were giving him a little crap because they were sending like samples of figures to different YouTubers, and me and WWE Fan Talk Show like, what the hell are we getting them? You know what I'm saying? So we were giving him a little beef. But in the end, I mean, he's the head designer of all these figures. So we're like, dude, hats off to you. You're a freaking awesome designer. But yeah, Ringside Fest. Awesome. Another one that might shock some people. Back then when I started collecting wrestling figures, you wouldn't believe how hard it was to find a women's action figure. So hard. You can never. Trust me. You guys got to back me up on this in the comments. If you guys have been collecting since like 2012, you know how hard it was to collect, or not collect, but find a women's wrestling figure in the wild? So hard, literally. So when I'd find one in the wild, I'd just be like, oh my God, I found a women's wrestling figure. Renee Young, boom. Not the best figure, but I remember being so excited to find this, dude. And different other ones, like an old Natalia that I have, the Bella Twins, some old ones. I just remember being super excited to find them because you could really never come across the women's figures. At least I couldn't. I don't know. Let me know if you guys had the same experience. Yes, I kind of mentioned Ringside Collectibles a little bit already in this video, but Ringside Collectibles, freaking love that website so much. Feel free to head on over there. Discount code live will save 10%, by the way. Ringside Collectibles, dude. When I got that sponsorship with them, that literally changed the game. Freaking just oh my God, what a dream come true. Like I said, I used to watch Grimm all this time ago. I'd watch him get the wrestling figures from there, and I'd be like, oh my God, he has his own code. That is so cool. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh man, it's my dream to get in my own code. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what the code would be, but I'm like, ooh, how about live? You know, BrettO Live. I didn't want it to be BrettO. Because what if people are like, oh, what if there's 2 T's? Is there 1 T? I don't know. Live? Everybody knows how to spell that. It's live, but live. Boom. Easy. So I'm like, yo, code live, Ringside Collectibles, save 10%. And Ringside Collectibles, freaking love you guys. And last but certainly not least, another one of my favorite experiences collecting these wrestling figures is being a part of this community, dude. Being a part of this community here on YouTube is a freaking just... it's a dream come true. Like I said with the Ringside spots, it's a dream come true. This is such an awesome community. Everybody that has so many different ideas, bringing them to the table, you know what I'm saying? In this YouTube and Instagram community, it's only growing, which is awesome. We were able to crowdfund a freaking new gen arena. Like, dude, 8,000 something people backed this arena. That's when you know we are doing something right. So I'm just glad that it's growing, you know, this entire everything, you know, Instagram, YouTube, everybody, dude. Shout out to all y'all. All y'all know who you are. But yeah, guys, that has been the video for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, feel free to check out my worst experiences collecting wrestling figures. I'll make sure to leave a link on the screen in a couple of seconds here. And let me know, once again, in the comments down below, what are your favorite experiences collecting some wrestling figures? I got some good ones. It's freaking awesome. It's been a freaking insane last 10 years collecting these things. And I hope you guys enjoy it too. But yeah, this has been the vid. Hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to smash a like. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. BrettO Live, the top guy, out.